What's up guys, welcome to my channel. To start things off, I have an anime rap channel called Sensei Beats. I've posted a few anime raps there and I'll continue to post more and more. You should check it out, your support and feedback would be much appreciated. Secondly, there's my Discord server. If you want to join an active otaku community where there are regular anime quizzes and stuff like that, you should consider joining it. The links to both the channel and the server will be down in the description box down below. Anyways, let's get to the video. So, as you can see from the title, today we're going to be talking about top 10 anime where the main character is lazy as hell, but smart, super strong, or badass. And also, just so you know, there are some lesser known anime on this list too, so you can look forward to finding something you haven't watched yet. And first off, we have 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐽. This anime features the zodiac signs. It goes like this. After every 12 years, highly skilled, notorious mercenaries gather around to participate in a legendary zodiac tournament. As you can expect, each warrior bears the name and qualities of any one of the 12 animals of the zodiac signs. This tournament is more about their pride than it is about anything else. So it goes without saying that they would fight with their lives on the line until only one fighter is remaining. Now, based on all this, anyone can tell that the strength of this anime is not the plot, because if that were the case, then the outcome would already be defined and, well, that wouldn't really work. Rather, the strength of this anime are the characters. That's right, in this anime there are 12 different main characters. Now, which one of them is lazy as hell yet smartass and badass? Well, you'll have to find out about that yourself. 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐽. And next up we have 𝐒𝐻𝐼 no Horizon. This is one of the anime where the humans get fed up with our dear planet Earth and leave it to somewhere else in the outer space. But the outer space plays the Uno reverse card, and just like that, they have to return to Earth, only to find out that it's inhabitable. However, there's one country where people can still live. You probably guessed what country that is. Oh, it's not Wakanda, it's Japan. So, to fit the entire population into Japan, pocket dimensions are created. But in the year 1413 of the Testament era, the other nations begin to conspire against the original inhabitants of Japan, and in the end, they have to leave. After a few years, let's say about 2 centuries, the people of Japan now live on a ship called Musashi. But then, it becomes obvious that something's fishy going on in the Testament Union. The main character, Toyari, decides to take advantage of the situation and attempts to regain his former homeland together with his classmates. And next up we have 𝐶ERO kara hajimeru mahou no shou. This anime takes place in a world where humans and witches both exist, but they aren't at very good terms with each other. That's why they're almost always at war with each other. Furthermore, there are beast-fallen, humans who have the strength and looks of certain animals. As for raw sheer strength goes, beast-fallen are feared by both humans and witches alike. That's why many beast-fallen end up making a living through hunting witches. Now, let's talk about the main characters. One of them is a girl named 𝐶ERO. She happens to be a witch, but as compared to the other witches, she has a kind heart, and she ends up getting acquainted with a beast-fallen, whom she starts calling mercenary. Both of them, together with a young magician named Albus, go on a search to find the Grimoire of 𝐶ERO. It's sort of like a crazy spell book that absolutely must not fall into the hands of anyone or anything evil. And up next we have 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐽 no Chaika. Regardless of what its My Anime List score is, this is a fairly decent anime, in the sense that this anime gives off a different vibe than your average action fantasy anime. So let's talk about it. There's a narcissistic insane emperor named Arthur Gaz, who's ruled the Gaz Empire for over 5 centuries. He's well known for conducting insane experiments on his own people. But then, 5 years before the story of this anime, he gets his butt kicked in the battle for the capital. The ones who defeated him are 8 mighty heroes. They put an end to his reign, as well as the 300-year-long war that had been going on between the Gas Empire and the Alliance of 6 Nations. Now then, in the present day, the world is a whole lot more peaceful than it ever was. The main character, named Toru Akira, is a bit disappointed with all of this because he cannot find a job where he can put his fighting skills to good use. But since this is an anime, the opportunity comes to him right away. He comes across a white-haired girl who's been searching all over the place to find the remains of her dead father, so that she can give him a proper burial. Toru and his sister join her, and just like that, our main trio comes together. Also, you can probably guess who this dead father is.
そしてこうここはこうそしてこれ無理ありすぎ
And up next, we have Nanbaka. Tired of watching all those excessive and predictable action anime? Try this one instead, an anime that shouldn't, or rather, cannot be taken seriously. This one is also an action anime, but the story takes place in the world's most formidable prison. It's built solely for the sake of confining those prisoners who simply cannot be put into a normal prison. The 4 major prisoners to look out for are 𝐒𝐻𝐩𝐸, who's a specialist in opening all kinds of locks, Uno, who's a pretty hardcore gambler, Nico, an otaku who acts all funny after taking drugs, and Rock, who's an absolute glutton. The final main character is the prison supervisor, who's stuck dealing with these 4 ridiculous prisoners, all day, every day. Also, the art style of this anime goes really well with the setting, so do check it out. You would love this anime if you like comedy, and just don't expect it to be the same level as Grand Blue. That anime is a different aspect of culture. This one doesn't even come close.
そうかあんたらだけかパターン3だ
Coming at the halfway point, we have Nejimaki Seirei Senki Tenkyo no Alderamin. The main character of this anime, named Ita Solrock, has the philosophy that great soldiers die from overworking. That's right, we have a lazy-ass main character whose only 2 desires are sleeping and flirting with cute girls. He was living a rather peaceful life, but then suddenly, a war breaks out. There's conflict everywhere. People turn out to be stupid. Politicians turn out to be stupid. The only sane strategist left in the world is him. I exaggerated that, didn't I? There are many cool characters in this anime, especially Yatorishi no 𝐒𝐻𝐚. She is from a warrior family or something like that, and she has insane reflexes and combat skills. And she's 𝐒𝐻𝐴's childhood friend, so they have some sort of deep connection with each other. She's also the only one whom 𝐒𝐻𝐴 doesn't flirt with. One day, when both of them, together with a few more people of the same age, were aboard a ship, a tragedy happened. The 5 of them ended up in military territory. Oddly enough, the heir to the throne, Princess Camille, was also on that ship, so 𝐒𝐻𝐴 got stuck babysitting this princess. But how are they going to save the young princess from the enemy and go back to their own land?
マグに直接触れイメージ防御と高速移動
Coming up next, we have Setsuen no Tempest. Alright, so a teenager named Yoshino Takigawa is secretly dating his best friend Mashiro's younger sister. Seriously, Yoshino, if you like her, at least don't keep it from your best friend. However, she suddenly dies, or rather gets killed, and Mashiro leaves to find the person who killed his beloved sister. Meanwhile, Yoshino continues his everyday life. Just like that, a month passes without any word from Mashiro. And then, Yoshino gets confronted by a strange girl who reeks of the desire to kill. Mashiro appears just at the right time to save his best friend. Later, Mashiro tells Yoshino that a witch is helping him find his sister's killer, and there's also a thing called the Tree of Exodus, and that the witch's brother wants to use that thing's power for his own sake, and it's up to Mashiro and Yoshino to help her stop him from doing so. Somehow, the death of Mashiro's sister is also related to all of this stuff.
Hina! Hina!
And up next we have Hina Matsuri. It's honestly sad that Hinamatsuri never received the second season, considering how good the story gets where the anime ends. I know that almost all of you have already watched Hinamatsuri and enjoyed the wholesome, crazy combination of a show, but you've only seen the gist of everything. The main character, Hina's high school version, is totally dope, not to mention how Mishima Hitomi ends up becoming a crazy successful businessman with over $500 billion assets. I don't remember the exact numbers, so I could be wrong here. I'd say, if you guys enjoyed the anime even a little, you're going to love the manga exponentially more. It's just that good. Also, for those of you who are hearing about this anime for the first time, it's about a lazy-ass psychic middle school girl who popped out of nowhere in a Yakuza's house. She breaks his wonderful vase and then threatens to do even more damage, so he has no choice but to let her live in his apartment. From there on out, it's one character after another. This anime may not be as funny as some people say it is, but man, it's still a wonderful delight to watch and read. Coming up next, we got Samurai Champloo. No, it's not shampoo, it's Samurai Champloo. And Champloo refers to a fighting style which means mix. If it isn't already obvious from the name, the story takes place in an era where samurai are fairly common. One day, a beautiful young waitress named Fu, who spends her time working in a small tea house, accidentally spills a customer's coffee all over them. And then in an instant, a few samurai start harassing her. Terrified by the situation, the girl calls upon help from someone. Just then, a guy named Mugen gets up and kicks everyone's butt by using a fighting style that none of them have ever seen before. Now, if that weren't the end of everything, Mugen somehow decides to pick a fight with another samurai named Jin, who looks like he's also a force to be reckoned with. However, in the middle of it all, both of them accidentally end up destroying the shop, and even worse, killing the local magistrate's son. Of course, since they'd killed such an important person's son, they were set off to get executed. But then, guess what? They get rescued by Fu, who then hires them as her bodyguards. It's not like we didn't see that coming. Anyways, I know how popular this anime is, so if you haven't watched it yet, you're gravely missing out. And finally, number 1, Gintama. Gintama is by far the best anime on this list, and Gintoki is one of the best characters on this list. When was the last time when you watched an anime that made you feel emotionally connected to the characters? You laughed with them, you cried with them, even if it were only for a brief period of time. You felt a connection with that anime. You could just forget about everything and immerse yourself into the world of that anime. For many anime fans, it was when they watched Dragon Ball and Naruto or One Piece as a child. However, Gintama didn't used to air on Toonami back then. So there are still a lot of people who haven't watched Gintama yet, compared to all those other anime, even though it's just as good, if not better. What's even more sad is that some people just watch the first episode and judge the entire anime based on that. Now, how's that supposed to make any sense? With 300 episodes, they aren't all the same. On the other hand, all of us real men who've already watched Gintama know how much of a masterpiece it is. So if you're one of those who haven't watched Gintama yet simply because of how long it is, then stop thinking too much and start watching it. Before you know it, 100 episodes will pass by anyway. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment, and if you are new to the channel, you should consider turning that red subscribe button grey. I post regular content like this every other day or so, and well then, without further ado, see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay safe, and watch anime.
わかったなり。
アニメ見た？
そうだった。私は新田だった。なんかやばそうなやつが来た。